sa accomplishments at priority programs para sa taong 2024, ating tatalakayin kasama si Secretary Ernesto Perez. Siya po ang Director General ng Anti-Red Tape Authority o ARTA. Isa ito sa mga paborito nating ahensya. No? Magandang tanghali, Sec. Welcome back to Bagong Pilipinas ngayon.
Magandang tanghali, Nina. Magandang tanghali, Yusek Punay. Maraming salamat ulit sa PTV4 sa pagkakataon na ito na may bahagi naman ng Anti-Red Tape Authority ang kanyang mga accomplishments, lalo na itong nakaraang taon, 2023.
And yes, speaking of accomplishments, nakalipas nga po na 2023, ano po yung mga napagtagumpayan ng Anti-Red Tape Authority upang mas mapabilis ang proseso sa gobyerno?
Sa ngayon po sa mandato ng Anti-Red Tape Authority at tayo na rin po sa direktiba ng ating presidente na lalo pang pabilisin at ayusin ang proseso ng gobyerno, ang Anti-Red Tape Authority po kasama natin yung mga agencies like yung mga DICT, DILG, Department of Finance, Department of Budget. Lalo pa po natin paigtingin na i-implement yung mga successful programs and initiatives ng Anti-Red Tape Authority. Kabilang po dito yung highly successful implementation ng electronic business one-stop shop na lalo pong nakita, na-appreciate ng ating taong bayan na ang pag-secure ng business permit to start a business will only require 20 minutes, 30 minutes, even 1 hour kung gagamitin po natin yung streamlining and digitalization of processes. At sangayon po sa ating record at saka sa DILG, yung mga LGUs, local government units na nagpatupad ng electronic business one-stop shop, tumaas po yung kanilang collection at kanilang registration. At sa ngayon po sa data, out of 1,637 local government units, 630 LGUs ang nag-report na automated na sila. Pero sa ngayon po sa validation ng Compliance Monitoring and Evaluation Office ng ating Anti-Red Tape Authority, 19 pa lang po ang fully compliant, meaning fully automated at 611 ay partially automated. At patuloy po yung ating ginagawang compliance audit kasama po natin ng DICT at DILG. Isa rin pong successful program ng ating ARTA, yung lalo po nating pinabilis yung issue ng mga permits and licenses for telecommunications tower kung saan more than 36,000 permits have been issued just for 1 year implementation. At para kasabay din po natin dito, lalo pa pong pinaigting yung report card survey ng ating Compliance Monitoring and Evaluation Office para magkaroon po ng evaluation tungkol po sa compliances ng mga covered agencies kasama ng local government units sa mga requirements ng Ease of Doing Business Law. At sa akin po sa report, 94.72% ng mga covered agencies ay nakapag-submit ng updated Citizen Charter. Isa rin po sa may pagmamalaki ng ARTA yung ating pong idinaos na Ease of Doing Business Convention last November 29 to December 1, kung saan sa 3 araw po ito, pinulong po natin yung mga covered government agencies, our private stakeholders, chambers of commerce, even ambassadors, kung saan dito po pinakinggan natin yung hinaing ng mga chambers of commerce. Nag-offer po tayo ng solutions. I-share po natin yung mga programa ng ARTA. At lumagda din po tayo ng agreements with the Philippine Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Management Association of the Philippines, Development Academy of the Philippines, University of the Philippines, National College of Public Administration, at Foreign Chambers of Commerce. At kami po ay natutuwa dahil upbeat po ang ating mga nakaka-meeting dito. Even the ambassadors are fully supportive of the programs and initiatives that ARTA has been doing in the past year and even moving forward for the next year.
Sec. Ernest, nabanggit niyo po yung e-boss na program niyo, partner, isa yun sa talagang mga innovative programs na talagang nagpapabilis ng proseso sa gobyerno. So napakagandang programa po na sinimulan ng ARTA po yan. Sa compliance naman po, nakita namin marami nagko-comply, no, SEC, no? Pero ano pa po ba yung mga dapat abangan natin mga kababayan ngayong taon na ito dyan sa EBOS program natin, especially sa compliance ng LGU, how receptive po ba yung mga local governments po natin?
Dahil nga po successful yung experience natin dito sa Electronic Business One-Stop Shop, ang presidente na po mismo, President Bongbong Marcos, ay inutusan po tayo, kasama po natin ang Presidential Management Staff, kasama po ang DILG at DICT. At itong buwan na ito, tentatively last week of January, magkakaroon po tayo ng nationwide rollout para yung mga LGUs na hindi pa nakakapag-comply dito sa Electronic Business One-Stop Shop, sila po ay matulungan. At lahat po na pwede nating itulong, kasama na po to yung pag-donate ng hardware, even technical assistance para wala pong dahilan ng ating mga LGUs na makapag-comply sa requirement na ito.
Alright, bukod po sa EBOS, isa pa sa mga flagship programs ng ARTA, itong Report Card Survey 2.0. Maaari po ba kayo magbahagi ng mga updates ukol dito? Sino bang mga bumagsak?
Nagkaroon po tayo ng...
Or umpisahan natin sa good news. Sino pumasa?
Yung good news po, nung ating pinilot test ito last year, nirecognize mo natin yung top agencies. Kasama po dito yung Philippine Children's Medical Center, UP Diliman, Department of Trade and Industry, Department of Foreign Affairs, no? At nirecognize mo natin sila. So they got a very, kasama po ang GSIS, very satisfactory rating. Dahil po ito ay successful in 2021, 2022, last year po, inumpisahan natin yung pag-expand nitong report card survey to 860 government agencies kung saan kabilang po dito ang 300 national government agencies, 200 local government units, 150 state universities, and then 50 government hospitals and water districts. Inumpisahan po natin ito last November. Nag-hire po tayo ng independent survey company at sa ngayon po, habang tayo nag-uusap, patuloy po yung kanilang pagkukonduct ng survey at magtatapos po yung kanilang survey sometime May this month. At doon po, i-report nila saan yung mga government agencies ang naging compliant doon sa mga requirements ng ease of doing business. At yun naman pong hindi naging compliant, bibigay po tayo ng rekomendasyon para lalo pa pong mapaigting, mapabilis ang kanilang serbisyo. Ito po ay one way of having a more scientific way of rating the kind of service that government agencies offer to the public. At ang publiko din po mismo ay magkakaroon ng oportunidad para kanilang i-rate yung the kind of service that they got from the agency that they deal with. At ako po nag-aapila sa ating taong bayan, sa ating kasamahan sa media na makipagtulungan po tayo na ipaalam sa taong bayan dahil napakaganda po itong programang ito. Nagbigyan po tayo ng budget ng ating Kongreso na 10 million pesos para kasi nakikita natin yung effectiveness of this system once fully implemented, because this will put all government agencies to be on their toes, knowing that they are being rated by the way they render service to the public.
Sec, nabanggit nyo yung Ease of Doing Business Convention nyo po na hinold nyo po nung nakaraang November. Ano po ba yung nais nating maibahagi tungkol dito? Ano po yung resulta, kumbaga, na nakita natin mula sa convention at may susunod pa po ba dito ngayong taon?
Gagawin po natin regular yon every year. We started with the regional summit in Luzon, Visayas, in Mindanao. We call this the Ease of Doing Business Summit. At in-expand po natin into 3 regions. At before the end of the year, magkakaroon po natin tayo ng Ease of Doing Business Convention, kung saan ipupulong po natin yung ating mga partner government agencies, partner ng mga private stakeholders, chambers of commerce, even foreign governments that continue to believe in us, that continue to believe in the Anti-RTP Authority, that it is doing well to improve our services following the directive of our President.
Sir, nabanggit niyo po na sa paparating na January 24, 2024, ang ARTA ay idadaos itong Economic and Ease of Doing Business Briefing kasama si Special Assistant to the President for Investment and Economic Affairs Secretary Frederick Go. Ano po ang dapat naming abangan dito?
Ako, napakaganda po dahil ang ating pong bagong appoint na economic czar, si Secretary Frederick Go, for the first time ever, we will have a joint economic ease of doing business briefing to be hosted by ARTA. We will hold it on January 24. At kung saan magbibigyan po ng pagkakataon ng ating Secretary Frederick Go na ipahayag sa public yung kanyang economic policies at kasama po dito ang Anti-Red Tape Authority, lahat po ng programa because businessmen, investors, whenever they intend or plan to invest in any country, they look at the state of the ease of doing business in the country. And what better way to do this than give the opportunity to our economic chart together with the Anti-Red Tape Authority. Inibita po natin at while we speak, upbeat po yung ating mga ambassadors, ating mga chambers of commerce, and they're looking forward to January 24 in joining that first ever economic ease of doing business briefing that will be conducted by Secretary Frederick Go. Even before that, nagkaroon ng forum with the local and foreign chambers, kasama po natin ng Presidential Management Staff. Last November, kung saan pinakinggan po natin yung kanilang mga hinaing at doon po nag-offer tayo ng immediate and lasting solutions. Alam niyo yung ating mga businessmen, hindi naman sila talaga nag-expect ng immediate solution. They only want to be heard and they only want government to feel how they feel and the government how receptive we are in listening to their concerns and issues, and if we can offer either an immediate or lasting solutions, they appreciate it really.
Alam mo, partner, marami na nagawa itong ARTA, no? Marami kayong programa po pinapatakbo, Sec Ernest, at alam namin na marami pa po kayong dapat gawin, no? Coming from the perspective of government, no? Tayo nasa gobyerno, nakita natin na medyo marami pang kailangan ayusin. At question ko lang, Sec Ernest, marami tayong ini-improve sa EODB. Pero nakikipag-usap po ba tayo sa COA? Kasi dapat po, di ba, naka-inline po. Kasi marami po tayong reforms sa proseso, pero medyo yung hindi po yata nakakasabay sa mga, yung COA po, yung strict po kasi, very strict ang rules ng COA. So kahit po ibahin natin yung proseso o yung mga guidelines, medyo merong stumbling block tayo kay COA.
Yusek, maganda po yung ating experience ngayon sa Commission on Audit.
Ayun.
Kasi hindi kagaya before, naging proactive po ang ating Commission on Audit. Pag kami po ay, halimbawa, meron kaming concern issue, hindi po kami nag-hesitate to ask for some advice and guidance. Ang COA po, open na rin sila ngayon. At good news po, just this morning, we received a memorandum from the Commission on Audit kung saan ang ARTA ay na-rate po na zero finding, meaning wala po tayong disallowance, wala po tayong finding from the Commission on Audit. At nagpapasalamat po tayo sa Commission on Audit. Even po dito sa recognition ng Electronic Business One Stop, kung saan important component po yung issuance ng digital receipt. Kasama na rin po natin ng COA at nire-recognize na rin po ng COA yung issuance ng digital receipt. So, sana po maintindihan ng ating taong bayan na yung Commission on Audit ay partner natin kasama. Hindi lang nila binabantayan yung pag-spend ng public funds. Sila din po ay katulong natin to ensure that programs and initiatives of government once planned are implemented because they are not only concerned about financial audit, they are also concerned about compliance audit. Kung may mga programa po ang isang ahensya ng gobyerno at hindi po ito pinapatupad, ang COA po, they will call your attention. And we're so happy with our experience with COA.
Yes. So, nabanggit nyo rin, Sec, kanina yung ating pagtagumpayan ng ARTA ngayong nakaraang taon, yung increase po sa budget natin, no, na 200 million pesos. Ano pong inaasahan natin na mga bagong programa po na pwedeng expect ng ating taong bayan para po mas mapabuti pa ang implementasyon ng ARTA?
Salamat ng banggit mo. Papasalamat po ako kay Speaker Martin Romualdez ng House of Representatives, kay Senate President Mig Zubiri, dahil tinaasan po nila yung budget ng Anti-Red Tape Authority. Noong nagkaroon po ng hearing, tinanong kami kung magkano pang kailangan namin. Sabi namin, siguro pwede na 100 million. Sabi po doon ng aming sponsor, no, we will make it 200 because we believe in what you're doing. So with the increase of 200 million pesos in our budget, we will even strengthen the operations of our 8 regional offices. At ating pong itutuloy po natin yung ating Transformation Hub, kung saan tutulungan po natin yung mga startup companies at tutulungan natin yung mga government agencies to have business process mapping kasi kasangayon nga po sa mensahe ng ating Presidente last year and report, message to the people, gusto niya na lalo pang mapabilis at maayos ang serbisyo ng bawat ahensya ng gobyerno. With this budget, additional budget of 200 million pesos, we will continue our programs, initiatives, kagaya po na nabanggit natin kanina, yung Report Card Survey 2.0, yung ating pong Innovation and Transformation Hub, yung ating pong Ease of Doing Convention, Business Convention that we'll hold it regularly, yung Ease of Doing Business Summit, at lalo din po yung programa na nilonsad po natin last Ease of Doing Business Convention, yung ating pong Philippine Business Regulations Information System, where we will capacitate all government agencies to upload all the regulations and laws that they issue and implement para ang taong bayan, before they will invest or in any business, they will just look at the website of that agency and they will be able to find out the regulations, concerned regulations and laws that the particular agency is implementing. Kasama din po dito yung RTMIS, yung Anti-Red Tape Electronic Management Information System, where we will also capacitate all government agencies to upload their citizen charter. Kasi napakaganda po ito, pag ang ahensya ng gobyerno ay compliant doon sa pag-submit ng updated citizen charter kung saan ipinapaalam niya sa taong bayan all the services that they render to the public, including the requirements, including the charges, lalo pa pong mapapabilis ang serbisyo publiko.
Ayan, maganda po yung mga sinabi ninyo, Secretary Perez. Siguro bilang panghuli, baka meron po kayong mga announcements po para sa mga nakikinig sa atin ngayon mula po sa ARTA?
Mga kababayan, malinaw po ang mandato ng Anti-Red Tape Authority, malinaw po ang direktiba ng ating mahal na Pangulo, Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., na patuloy na paigtingin, pabilisin ang serbisyo. Makipagtulungan po tayo. We are one nation. We love this country. We want this country to improve. And no less than our private stakeholders, even foreign chambers, ambassadors, are upbeat about the economic prospects of this country. So we cannot go wrong with this. As long as we continue to unite and help this country move forward, this will definitely improve our economic conditions in the country, and we're looking at a much better year 2024 for the country, for the Filipino people.
And also, I remember, Secretary Perez, I liked what you said na hindi dapat kayo katakutan kasi pag nandyan na ang ARTA, parang kinakabahan ka na eh. Nape-pressure ka na. But sinasabi nyo nga, you are partners.
Yes.
Hindi naman kayo nandoon para i-highlight lahat ng problema, kundi tulungan sila malutasan ang mga problema.
Tama niya. Ang mandato po ng ARTA ay two-pronged, no? To capacitate and enable government agencies as partner agencies, at kung merong matigas na ulo, last recourse, hindi po tayo mag-atubili na imbestigahan at filean ng charges after due process, of course. But our people, our partner agencies are rest assured that ARTA will be there as your partners because we only have this country and there's no other better way than to cooperate, unite, to improve our services to the people.
And with that, maraming salamat po sa inyong oras, Secretary Ernesto Perez, ang Director General ng Anti-Red Tape Authority o ARTA.